Ayo, week 2 of winter anime. Finally, Dr. Stone season 2 airs, The Stone Wars. It was a pretty exciting season 1. Probably one of my favorite surprise animes that came out last year, just because all of the advertisements for it made me not like want to watch it. But then when I caved in and did watch it, it was just like extremely good. So yeah, let's get into it. So Dr. Stone season 2, The Stone Wars, episode 1. We see Senku chilling with his forces. They're trying to plan the war between Tsukasa, and it's like about to be wintertime coming up. People have their cool wilderness jackets going on, although the girls have like kind of bare legs, so it might defeat the purpose of that. So the final step of Senku's plan to beat Tsukasa, it requires some frozen foods, or astronaut foods, where it's like dried packaged type of food. So yeah, it's pretty smart, making it so like you can survive the winter by having stuff you can store and eat like quickly on the go. So yeah, they're preparing like their ramen ingredients. Like after they make it, they kind of drain the water out and like squeeze it and package it really tightly into like a box. And when he's finished, we finally realize, hey, this is cup noodles right here. So yeah, good advertisement for that, cup noodles. Just add some hot water and you're ready to go. So yeah, very funny invention of Senku. I love how he's just introducing these kind of common things, but he's like spicing it up. Like, oh, this is astronaut food. This is gonna save our war. And then it's just like cup noodles. So comedy is on point this episode. After that, we see Asagiri again. He has a plan. He wants to make the war like a bloodless war. And he tells Senku his idea. So you know how we have recordings? Like we have a cassette tape of the idol girl, and then it works, but the quality isn't like perfect. So what if we make a plan where we disguise our voice as the girl and tell people, oh, it's like a national public broadcast. It's only Japan that's like kind of like this. The rest of the world is back to normal and they're sending help. So it's like fool them by making like a fake voice of a famous person. Oh, there's no point in following Tsukasa. So then after that, it's just going to be Tsukasa by himself with his like maybe 2 or 3 people, and then they could just outnumber them. And then like the problem is that they're just lying to everyone because the world is screwed. Like everyone is like stone people. But then their point is that even if they find out that they lie, the fact that they subdue Tsukasa will make it so like they'll follow the kingdom of science even if they lied to them. So yeah, interesting plan. It's very flimsy though. A lot can go wrong. So I'm looking forward to see how they follow through with this. But yeah, I love the science that they're showing, like bringing back common inventions and just like the whole cast interacting with each other. Very fun. And then I think they start off the war at the end where the pink-haired girl, Homura, who's like a scout for Tsukasa's army, they set off some like fake explosive bombs near her. So like they just make loud noises, so I guess she's gonna get distracted by that. And it'll help Senku's squad move out. So yeah, they're really starting the war arc immediately. Yo, Attack on Titan, the final season, episode 6. The war is happening right now. It was so exciting, just so crazy, violent, so chaotic. Like I'm not even sure. Like I want to get more of it, obviously, one episode at a time. Here we start off with Tiber. I remember last episode he was about to die to Eren, transforming into the Attack Titan. So before this, he kind of talks to the military captain. They said that the Eldians from Paradise Island, they know that they're there. Like they have some random spies and like they're disguised as normal citizens, but they don't seem to have any luck finding them. So Tiber doesn't know the motivations. They don't know what they want. They don't know how they're gonna attack, but he knows like they're coming. There's gonna be a battle soon, and it'll probably be on the day of the play, on the speech. So he's like, I'm gonna use myself as bait. If I die, I'm such a big important player. All the other journalists, the news people, the ambassadors, if they die too, it's gonna be a motivation to go to war with the island. So they're using the Eldians and Marlians as sacrifices. Like it gets pretty brutal, but yeah, they're gonna die, and then they're gonna use that to their advantage as martyrs. So after that overview, Tiber dies. People are just getting killed. It's like Attack on Titan episode 1 all over again. Just like a bunch of rocks keep flying on random citizens. Here Gabby sees her friends die, Udo and Sophia. They were also candidates to be the next armored titan, but yeah, just half of them are dead. Holt is trying to rescue her and run away. Maybe go to the hospital to rescue Udo, who got stomped. And then after that, the Warhammer Titan comes, and it's Tiber's sister Lara, who's seen in this episode. And yeah, she transforms into a Warhammer Titan. Pretty unique design. It's some white armored Titan. We've never seen kind of like this white Titan color before. And yeah, she can harden her body. She can create weapons that are hardened. So yeah, she's really good at just like close combat, attacking you from any distance, creating any weapon, just surprising you. So yeah, she stabs Eren through the gut. And then Mikasa comes to the rescue. It was so long since we've seen her. But yeah, short-haired Mikasa 3 years later, rescuing Eren as always. And then she actually says something. She's like, Eren, do you know what you've done? So it seems like Eren's plan to attack the mainland, it wasn't really approved by everyone else. Eren just went ham on this and decided to attack on his own, and the other people just like followed him. It's like, cause yeah, of course, Eren's killing all these people, innocent people are dying, to make a point that yeah, you attacked us, we'll attack you back. But yeah, just innocent civilians are dying. Eren can't take that back, and Mikasa obviously is gonna follow Eren. But yeah, he's kind of the villain in their point of views. The Warhammer Titan doesn't die that easily. Mikasa threw some like explosive needles at it. Their grapple technology has improved, so yeah, they're moving better. They have like guns and explosives. But the Warhammer Titan keeps like generating swords and hammers, keeps fighting. It seems to be like the neck is not the weak spot. It's his foot. So Eren sees that. And then as Eren and the Warhammer Titan are going at it, we see the soldiers from Paradise Island. They're grappling all over. They're shooting people. They're sniping people. There's Sasha. She actually like makes Gabby even more angry, where she like snipes the kind of border guards that are trying to protect her. And yeah, they left Gabby alive because she's like some little girl, but Gabby picks up a sniper and she wants to fight. So yeah, you know Gabby. She's like strong, angry, tough. She wants to be in the front lines. So yeah, you kill all her friends, she's gonna fight back. Connie's there putting lights up, so I guess if they cleared some area of all these guards, they're like blowing up their cars and buildings, then they put the light up to signal that the area is clear. So yeah, pretty organized military tactics there. And John is there, he's kind of like the leader, I guess. So many people are dying. The Cart and Jaw Titan, they were in the pit. They get rescued by Peak's squad mates. So yeah, as Eren was about to eat the Warhammer Titan, get even more Titan powers, he gets stopped by the Jaw Titan, who bites down on Eren's neck. It looks like he's about to be killed right there. And then Levi comes in. The Jaw Titan gets a bit scared. He's like, damn, it's an Ackerman. And then Levi quickly chops off the lower half of his jaw so he can bite down on Eren's neck. And yeah, the Jaw Titan looks up. He's like, yo, these are actual soldiers fighting Titans. They're grappling, they're attacking. No fear. And yeah, the Jaw Titan's about to be overwhelmed. But the battle is not over yet, as the episode ends there. The Beast Titan and the Cart Titan will still make their debut probably next episode, as the fighting continues. I guess Eren is trying to make a statement. Very exciting statement. This episode is basically the culmination of the previous 5 episodes, where we get a point of view of the people on the mainland, how they live, how they celebrate, and now it's all over. Okay, so for The Promised Neverland, Season 2, Episode 2. So we left off with Emma and Ray. They're inside this cave with the monsters. And then they find out that the demons are good people. They're there, they help the people eat, they say prayers and stuff. And then they give us like the whole kind of backstory of the world, which was very cool. So like 1,000 years ago, there was a promise to separate demons and humans because they just kept killing each other, hunting each other for like no good reason. So there's like a demon side of the planet, and then there's like a human side of the planet, and they never cross borders. And this happened 1,000 years ago, the promise to segregate each other. So that is like kind of the title right there, Promised Neverland. It took us a whole season to get there. It's the agreement between humans and monsters that they'll never kind of talk to each other. And then part of the agreement as well is that they have some farms in the demon side of the world that have like humans that they just grow for food, since I guess like human brains are delicious. So after hearing this, Emma and Ray actually like get so excited. They're like, yeah, finally, we have like some actual goal, some destination. Like the whole world is not screwed. It's just that, yeah, we grew up in this orphanage farm, but we can easily leave to the human world. Like we have a destination in mind. Also, apparently these demons over here, they don't eat humans, so that's why they help them. I guess like you can call them like vegan demons. They can talk, they can communicate. They're like nice people, and yeah, they want the kids to survive. They actually teach them a lot of survival skills. Learn how to make fires, hunt for food, look for like herbs and medicines, so, creating maps and finding directions. So yeah, basic survival skills, very nice for them. It's probably like their quick training arc right here. But then the big thing is Emma. She asked Sonju, the big hunter guy with the horse, how to kill like a living being. So human, animal, it's like Emma is having trouble because she's so kind-hearted that it's hard for her to like kill something. He teaches her how to use the bow. She shoots the bird in the eye and kills it, but then she like kind of regrets it, throws up. And then Sonju pulls out a white flower. It's called a gupna. It's like a big flower with a branch on it, and then you stab the animal or thing you killed to the heart with it. And if the flower turns red, then all the blood will drain properly, and it's okay to eat. Like the blessings of the gods will make this okay to eat. But then, yeah, Emma just remembers this is how Connie died in episode 1 of the first season. There was like a red flower sticking out of her heart. So now she finds out, yeah, that's how demons kind of hunt their prey. They don't really kill it, but they use the flower to drain the blood, and that's how they die. So it's like kind of painless. But yeah, Emma's just remembering that. So yeah, Emma's trying to toughen up a bit. The episode ends there. They'll probably take their chances out in the wild to reach the human world. But yeah, I have a feeling that's not the last we see of these two demons, Sonju and Mujika, who's the purple-haired girl. They seem to be important players, so just 2 episodes of them? Nah, there's probably going to be more. Alright, so for Re:Zero, Season 2, Part 2, Episode 2. A lot of 2s right there, but yeah. We get Otto, the traitor, his backstory, which is kind of interesting. I didn't really ask for it, but hey, we got it. So he's kind of tough right now. Him and Garfield are having like a standoff. And then when he was younger, he could hear like voices of animals, but he couldn't really decipher them. So it just sounded like just a mess of like static in his ears, which made it hard for him to communicate with people. But then as he grew up, then he realized that he could actually like properly hear them. And then that's like a power that random people in this world have. It's called like a divine protection. So then his divine protection is to talk to animals. Otto realizes that he doesn't really belong in any big city. So he travels as like a nomadic trader. So that's pretty cool. He's like kind of good with nature, and then he likes talking to Subaru and other people. It's just like he likes to hear their stories and then experience the world through traveling. So then after that, Subaru wants to help Amelia because she's all sad and she doesn't want to do the trials. Just a bunch of crying happening. Amelia getting her memory slowly back. And she wants to know why Subaru is with her, even though she's useless. Like, all she's doing is, like, being the girl that needs to be protected. She's not, like, helping anyone out. I thought we went over this, Amelia. Subaru loves you. Like, he says it straight up, he loves her. It's no secret. Amelia does not accept that answer. I don't think, like, she knows what she wants right now. But yeah, she just, like, she thinks she's useless, like any other kind of comfort that Subaru wants to do, because he's trying to speed this up since he's trying to go fast mode to save this timeline. It was a bit corny, but yeah, Subaru at the end when they like they're literally going back and forth for like 2 whole minutes trying to like console each other, but then it's like no side wants to give up. Amelia thinks she's useless, and Subaru keeps affirming that he loves her. And then at the end, Subaru's like, "Okay, I'm gonna kiss you. You can dodge it if you want, but then if you take the kiss, then we're good." We end the episode there. It was obviously very emotional and nice to see them kiss. Okay, so for Cells at Work, Season 2, Episode 2. This was a nice episode. We get the memory cell again. Like the dude from last season who saw an allergy and then he just like freaked out. He's like, oh, this is the end of the world. So here there's a mumps virus. And then the memory cell thinks this is the end of the world because he seems to remember it, but then he like thinks it's the future. Like he thinks oh, when you see mumps in the future, the whole world is gonna die. So then, yeah, the white blood cells and stuff are trying to fight it off, but then there seem to be too many of them. But then he realizes that they already have the vaccine, so you don't need the antigen, which is like the dead virus. because the vaccine is already there. You already have it. You already have the acquired immunity. So then, yeah, they already know how to defeat these viruses. They do it quickly, and then the memory cell realizes that, yeah, he forgot that they had immunity. Now he remembers. So yeah, it's a cool kind of quick thing to show how vaccines work. Once you have it, your body knows how to fight it off easily. But then your memory cell can't freak out, okay? It has to remember, first of all. And then after that, we get another story. It's about a stomach virus, Campylobacter. So it looks like a white kind of underwater looking virus in the stomach. But then the white blood cell, he seems to be a little soft, but then he's playing games with him. He's trying to lure him to the payer band, which is like the intestine with like lymph nodes and stuff in it. So yeah, and that's where all the killer T cells come up, and then they set the trap and beat the Campylobacter virus. Also, it looks like the white blood cell is like softening up a bit. He can be a savage, killing all the viruses, murdering them, but he also like gives tea and hangs out with the red blood cell and all the other friends. So yeah, more homely, comfortable friendship happening inside the body. Okay, and for cells that work black, we actually get 3 episodes dropping this week, so yeah, that's a lot. I wonder if they're trying to speedrun the season, or maybe they're dropping 3 and taking a break for 3 weeks. But yeah, episodes 2 to 4, very kind of emotional stories happening. People are dying. So episode 2 starts with viruses in the mouth. The white blood cell takes care of it with her squad of 2 other white blood cells. They have a big opie, but they're also like pretty savage. And then an alcohol rain comes in, which causes dopamine and serotonin to release to make your body relax more. But then more fat is getting absorbed by your body, and your blood becomes like a little bit more thicker. So yeah, there are negatives of drinking alcohol. There's an old man red blood cell who's taking care of the rookie red blood cells, and he's like, yeah, let's chill a bit, because when there's alcohol, yo, let's hang out at the liver. So the liver looks like a wild Tokyo street nightclub looking place. It's kind of like a lively city, a bunch of like nightlife, parties happening, clubs opening, and we get some lore. The liver is the largest organ of the body. It metabolizes nutrients, and it breaks down toxins. And it does a lot of work trying to keep things clean. So they go to some lewd nightclub. There's some hepatocytes, which I hope I pronounced it correctly, but yeah, they work in the liver. They use some enzymes to break down alcohol. I think it's ADH, and then the alcohol gets turned to acetaldehyde, which is like some toxic material. But then they combine it with ALDH to just neutralize it, and it's gone. And yeah, it's like the hepatocytes are like nice kind of nightclub workers. They have like some cool, sexy dresses, and then they give drinks and stuff to the red blood cells to cleanse them. So yeah, it's like a funny way to show how the liver works. But then our main red blood cell, he kind of like can't handle this. He's like, why are we drinking and partying? Why are you guys chilling out here when there's like real shit that needs to happen out there? All the people's sacrifices are going to be for nothing. So then yeah, he kind of went off and yelled at them. But then the old man red blood cell shows him in the back that, no, even though these hepatocytes, they look like they're having a fun time, relaxing, doing their job, they're actually dying. Like, if they overwork themselves trying to clean all this alcohol and stuff, like, it kind of kills them. So, like, they're, like, coughing, they're, like, tired. Basically, everyone in the body is in this together. No matter what your job, you're doing something for the body. Yeah, the person on the outside, the controller of the body, he's the one inserting all these toxins and stuff in the body. Alcohol, lack of sleep, stress. So then the cells just have to deal with it and do their jobs. Also, the old man red blood cell dies randomly. He just like dies of old age, I guess. And then there's a new macrophage. She's called the Kupfer cell, and she eats dead red blood cells. And then the next 2 episodes were kind of dirty and sad, but yeah, it's basically about erections and sex. So then yeah, the body was aroused. The testes, their sperm produced. They're like little sperm babies that grow up to be big sperms, and then they kind of look like grotesque, but yeah, they want to go make life, but obviously not every time you have sex you're going to make a baby, so all these sperms are going to die. So red blood cell learns this. He kind of like is sad. He realizes that this is something worth risking your life for. The miracle of birth, making more cells in a new body. This episode kind of about erections, having the red blood cells go into the valves to flow the blood to make the thing harder. This was the second time I heard the word boner in an anime, Boki. The first one was in JoJo Part 4. So yeah, even though the episode was a bit uncomfortable, I'm glad they covered it because yeah, sex is a part of the body. So obviously it should be covered in an anime about the body. Although the issue is the body had a erectile dysfunction, which it can be caused by like alcohol or stress. So then this chemical cyclic GMP, it goes down, but then the man takes erectile dysfunction medicine to make the cyclic GMP go up, and then the blood cells are making it so the dude can do his job. But then he gets an STD next episode. The white blood cells are getting overwhelmed by gonorrhea, which I guess the design was cool. It's like this big blob monster with armor, and he has a bunch of snake tentacles coming out that just bite on the white blood cells. Yeah, and then they're dying in droves. All the other blood cells kind of get angry at them for not doing their jobs. And then yeah, after a lot of them are dying, we see like the captain with an eye patch. She keeps charging forward, and then they kill all the gonorrhea because of the guy taking medicine for it again. So we have like a cycle of like just some outside interference happening, people are dying, and then medicine is being inserted into the body to kind of help out and relieve these symptoms. That medicine isn't like a cure-all, like you have to take care of yourself too in the first place. So yeah, more sad things probably will happen. The captain ends up dying, but then the gonorrhea, the medicine destroys their cell walls so they're easier to defeat. Yeah, the white blood cells win at the end, but a lot of them die. But hey, this is Salsa Work Black. This ain't your baby Salsa Work. This is some real stuff happening. Okay, so for Yuru Camp Season 2, Episode 2, Rin goes to see the dog shrine. It's very nice, kind of empty for New Year's, and she actually wants to see the real dog the shrine is based off of. But then he died 3 years ago, which is kind of sad. It just goes to show how, yeah, pets are temporary. They have like maybe 15-year lifespans at most, so you'll probably outlive them, and you'll be sad, but then yeah, you have to accept that, yeah, stuff like that happens. Besides that, it's like the New Year's, so the other girls go visit Mount Minobu to see the New Year's sunrise. Nadesh goes out delivering New Year's cards to people, like that's her job. And then we also see the blonde girl's little sister, who's kind of cute. They look exactly the same. And I guess it was kind of cute seeing Rin eat all these foods. Like there were some New Year's foods that are just like going on around her. So yeah, Rin is happy. And we'll probably see Rin's grandfather next episode, perhaps. Okay, so for Jobless Reincarnation, I will seriously try if I go to another world. Episodes 1 and 2. This is a isekai, probably based off a light novel, as you can tell from the long title. But yeah, very typical isekai. Episodes 1 and 2 were pre-aired, I think 2 weeks ago. But yeah, I saw episodes 1 and 2 here. It was pretty decent, but yeah, it's just, I don't see myself finishing this. It's just like kind of a cool isekai where there's like a dude, he's like a typical Japanese NEET, 34-year-old, kind of fat, and yeah, sad life. He tried to rescue these girls from being hit by a truck, and then he gets hit by a truck instead. So yeah, classic isekai setup happening. Truck-kun takes another victim as he goes into the new world, where he's like a baby, and he's in a nice European family. As he grows up, he's like 4 years old now. He realizes the world is like a fantasy world. His father's like this cool swordsman, and his mom is this mage. And they're both having sex every day. Very mature themes happening there. This dude is also like really good at like magic since he's been playing all these games and knowing about fantasy and then like dating sims, so he knows how to talk to people. So then we meet this blue-haired mage, Roxy, who's hired by the family to teach the kid magic since he's so good at magic. And like he's so good he can use the magic without even saying the long ass incantation. He can just use the magic. She has blue hair, and then the thing is that people do have colored hair in this world. They're demons. But yeah, like they're not like demons like monster demons. They're like humanoid demons. So that's a thing. But they're not like evil. But some of them are evil. So yeah, Roxy has Chica's voice actor, I think. So she's kind of like Chica, but she's like a little bit tired Chica. Main character that got isekai'd, his name is like Rudius. So yeah, typical isekai setup, no twists and turns happening these first 2 episodes, just him learning magic, and Roxy realizing that he's like really strong now, so she leaves the household after 2 years, and then Rudius is kind of sad, but yeah, life will move on. Okay, so for Horimiya episode 2, we see Hori's mom, has like super ara energy. She's like really interested in Hori's love life, like, oh, it's a boy, wow, what's his name? stuff like that. So yeah, the mom gets introduced. Um, Miyamura actually helps Hori out. We see like kind of this girl that's like really popular and beautiful, but then she's kind of obnoxious. So yeah, she gets Hori in trouble by like missing a paper, but Miyamura saves her by like finding the paper. Typical anime drama happening. The high school life is there. But yeah, Hori and Miyamura are there, and we meet the mother. So that's basically what happened this episode. So for the quintessential quintuplet season 2, episode 2, it's more Nino focus. You know how she's all angry that Futaro is just invading the household, doing his thing. So yeah, she really yells at him a lot, tears up his study sheets, just because she doesn't want to admit he's right or anything. That's why she's so angry. That's her personality. The other sisters don't like it. They get into a fight, and then she just leaves. So yeah, actual fight happens. She goes to a hotel to live, while Itsuki, who slapped her, she stays at Futaro's house. So yeah, very funny dynamic happening between Itsuki and Futaro. He also meets a long-haired pink girl that kind of pushes him into the water, I guess. So yeah, that's happening. And after they goes into the water, he goes back to Nino's place, her hotel room. She tries to kick him out, but then she sees that he's like dripping wet, so she gives him a towel and then says, "Hey, come back to my room." So I guess she's warming up to him. She sees how hard he's trying to like interact with all the sisters to make them study and learn. So yeah, he's the good guy, Nino's the bad girl. Also, we see some snippets of the other girls, mainly Yotsuba, who's joining clubs because she can't really say no to anyone. So instead of studying, she's like in the track team now. Okay, so for Jujutsu Kaisen episode 14, yes, we are back. I was waiting for this. I guess this part 2 where Yuji introduces himself to the team like he's back after these 2 months of pretending to be dead. So yeah, Gojo, he wants to make like a prank where he hides Yuji and then surprises them, and then they'll all be like crying, happy. They're like, "Oh, you're back." But then once they do this, they're kind of like dead inside. But the joke did not land at all. So yeah, Gojo is like a huge troll, which we know. Now he's trolling the other school, the Kyoto school, where we see a bunch of new characters. They're all cool, I guess. They'll show their own powers and stuff. I really love the character designs in the show. There's just so many. Each of them are full of life. But then the principal of the Kyoto school, he's like, "Yeah, you gotta kill Yuji." Also, we see Geto, and then the volcano head guy, Jugo. They're all chilling at some hot springs. Mahito as well, trying to restore their body to normal. And then, yeah, I guess they're plotting their next evil plot to bring out Sukuna and Yuji and just like, yeah, take Sukuna's power or unleash Sukuna on the world, I guess. I think after like they defeated Mahito in the previous arc, now we're gonna focus on the school life for a little bit until more action happens on the villain side. But now it looks like Yuji's life is just getting targeted by the other school, so we'll see how he overcomes this because he is pretty powerful. Okay, so for Higurashi when they cry, episode 15. Wow, it went kind of a way I did not expect. So we know from last episode that Rika has 5 tries in her head. So the thing is to kind of speed run this. So I thought like the whole remaining kind of arc, the remaining 12 episodes or whatever, will be her deciphering each of these 5 timelines. But no, they did 4 timelines in one, where she kept constantly dying, no matter what. Because she has no power. She can remember how she dies, but like the person that's like the demon is a mystery. So yeah, there was a guy we met. He was one of Rika's friends, and then she helped him like save his wife's life. So she thought she could trust him. He was like good at mahjong and stuff too. But yeah, he was evil. We found out like the demon curse that these people have. They kind of feel like parasites in their throat or something. So that's why they scratch their neck. They want to get all the parasites out. And they ask Rika because they think she has like the cure to the parasites. So in yeah, first loop she gets kind of stabbed and then blown up and burnt. So yeah, that's pretty brutal. The second loop she kind of gets like her lower body paralyzed, and then Mion and Shion's mom is the killer. So yeah, who could have predicted that? Third loop she gets tied up and like kind of tortured in a long way. Like she's getting dragged on the floor while being tied by a rope. It's like really painful. She wants to die, but the killer will not kill her. He was like one of the dudes from the town hall like board. And then yeah, she gets drowned in that arc after a lot of suffering. And then the fourth death, she's in the maid cafe. All the maids are dead. Keiichi is the killer this time. So yeah, we finally see Keiichi being the one possessed, and Yeah, he baseball bats Rena and he baseball bats Rika. Like we see their eyes kind of pop out of it, pretty gruesome. Deaths by them. But yeah, just 4 deaths happened. She kind of learned nothing, just that yeah, the person that can get demon can literally be anyone. So like the fact that Rika is so powerless, she can't really save herself when the dudes try to murder her. They have like these invisible parasites in them that make them crazy. Rika's kind of losing hope. I'm also losing hope because this was a brutal episode.